Welcome to One Stop Learn How. Learn JavaScript from scratch, session 11. So today we talk about the statement in JavaScript. So the statement in JavaScript basically a set or block of codes that complete set of actions. Means when you write certain line of code, that line of code is treated as a statement of code. Okay. So whenever you usually write any statement in your JavaScript or any code, you have to write those statement in a new line and then close that with the semicolon. When we talk about the statement in JavaScript, so we have a variety of statements. Like we have expression statement. Expression statement means any statement that generate the values, okay, termed as expression statement. Similarly, we have a declaration statement which introduces a new identifier into your program. So means you're declaring any variable or anything. So that is termed as a declaration statement. Okay. Then we have a control flow statement. So control flow, basically whenever you handle any flow, to make any decisions, execute any loops if required, or within that also handling error if required. So if any case is not matching our scenarios, then of course we are going to handle those particular error, okay, or exceptions whenever it required. So we have also here conditional statement, basically to execute different actions based on the different conditions. We have also here loop statement. Loop statement to execute a block of codes multiple time. Examples we already seen in this our previous lectures like for loop, while loop, do while loops, how exactly we're gonna write that. Okay. Then we are going to use also try catch statement, how exactly we can handle the exceptions if anything goes wrong in our code. Then we have also two different kind of loop statement here, break and continue. So break basically to terminate that loop whenever it's running, and when certain condition match and we wanted to break the loop and go outside of the loop and execute other lines of statements, then we are using that break statements. Okay. Then we have a continue, means within the loop itself if wanted to skip certain conditions, then in that way we are going to use the continuous statements. And other statement like we have also throw another exceptions, so we will talk about that in the code. Okay, so let's jump to the code. So here, so when we talk about the expression statements, means expression is going to give you certain values. So we have just defined any variable, let k is equal to 5, and we are performing an expression statements, means this will give certain value, what they will do. So this will increase the value of k by 1. So 5 will now change to 6. So when we are when we will print this control log k, so this will give you the output of 6. So the second one is the declaration statement. So declaration statement here contain three types of declaration: variable declarations, functional declarations, and we have an object declaration. Okay, so if we talk about the variable declarations, so we're gonna write the assignment of the variable where x is equal to 10, y is equal to anything. Okay, you're gonna write. And when we talk about the function declaration, then we have to write this keyword here, the function, and then whatever the method name you have to write. Suppose I'm going to add two values, a of a or b, so I just write it this function with two parameters here, a and b, and then I'm returning what, the addition of these two, which will give us the addition of a and b. So in this way I have written this method. If I wanted to add this by 5 and 3, so this will give us 8 here. Okay, so the answer should be 8. So now going for the object declaration, class declaration. Okay, so when we go into class declarations, we just write a class within our JavaScript, Suppose the name is employee, and I'm writing a constructor to initialize the variable of name and age. Okay, so how exactly we can initialize? This dot name is equal to name, and this dot is equal to age. From where this value will come? Whenever we are going to create a new object, right, using new keyword, and if you provide the value of name and age, based on the parameters, it will go to the respected positions. If I kept Nishant at the first positions, this will go to the name. And if we put the age 34 years on the second position, it will go to the age. Okay. Now, if I wanted to print the name and the age, you're gonna whatever reference variable you have created. So based on that dot operator, you can access those parameter name and age, and this will give you Nishan and 34 years of age. Okay. Now coming to the control statements. Okay. So suppose I wanted to check that. Okay. There's one variable p is equal to 5, and I wanted to check that whether this is lesser than 10 or greater than 10. So if this is lesser than 10, we will show a message as p is less than 10. Is then equal to 10 or not? If yes, print this. If not, we're gonna print something else as well. So with the help of else. So for that part, we have a if else statement. Okay. My suppose age is 30. Okay. And I declare a code like this. Okay. If age is less than 18. Okay. So less than 18 means it's not adult. And if the age is greater than 18 means that will give you adult. Okay. So we have kind of if else, many if else. So this is if else means if this is grade is, suppose I set my grade as a 78, and if I check that if grade is greater than 90, then A grade. If grade is greater than 80, then B grade. If grade is greater than 70, then C grade. Else, okay, so in this way basically we write a code of if else. Okay, so this kind of statements we have also available in the JavaScript. Then let's talk about the nested if else. Okay, so nested if else, you can see here that if I decided is as a 20 and as you have license and you match these two criteria of nested if, then means you can drive any vehicle. Otherwise, you can't drive that vehicle. So if you write certain kind of thing like your age is greater than 18, but you don't have license, this value is false. In that case, you will come to this else, and the controller will give you can't drive without a license. And if your age is less than 18, means you did not match this condition, and you directly come to this part, you are too young to drive. So please wait for some time. Okay, so in this way, basically, this whole kind of a statement works. Let's talk about a little break statement. So suppose I'm using this for loop, okay, which started from 0 till run till 10 or 9, I can say, and I plus plus is the kind of increment operator here. Okay, then if I check if I is equal to 5, so this will check if value of I should be 5. When 5, then it will break this loop. Okay, when loop break is this. So it will completely skip this loop, go out of this loop, and will print the previous value before 5. So it will give you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now coming to continuous statement. Continuous statement work like when, so suppose this loop here working from 0 to 10, and whatever value is divided by 2, remainder is coming 0. Okay, so this will commanding what? Continue the loop. Just like a skip only that conditions and go and further proceed in the loop itself. This will print what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I catch a statement is the final one. So if I declare any variable or array here, put certain value inside it, and if I wanted to print that A is fine. but if I wanted to print B, this is not right. So I have not defined this B anywhere. So this will throw you exception, right? B is not defined, this kind of thing. So means this lines of code is throwing exception. If there are any chances of that, that will go to directly catch block. Okay, and then that will notify it through certain error message that there is an error which show that okay, B is undefined, this kind of thing we cannot handle in our code. Okay, so this is all about the line of statements whatever we have written in through different types. Okay, so we're gonna see this in our browser itself. So I hope you like this video. If you like this, please like and subscribe to the channel, One Stop Learner. Thank you so much.